Hey guys, I've just arrived for my interview at the morning show. 6:30 call time. I've been up since 4 and I slept at 2. Let's see if I can get away with it. You see, even this is light tea, but it's pretty. Yeah. I'm in my clean look era.
But you know, the makeup is transitioning back to looking more like yourself.
Yeah.
Natural,
But
beautiful.
I think I've never really been into makeup like that. Like in the theater, we had to do our own makeup. And I just like the comfort, and I'm fortunate that my skin allows.
I was gonna say, girlies with
just-
good skin also can just get away with a lot.
Girl, wasabi. But I don't think I'd go as extreme as like Alicia Keys and Pamela Anderson. They did full. Their face beaters like Vaseline and moisturizer.
Somebody found Henderson though. Like she just really makes
360. Good for her.
yeah.
I think she also, maybe for her, understood that some of the things she did to herself and her body were tying her soul to things that are not her head. There's a lot of things that you do just for the industry or, So, and I'm not against plastic surgery. I think if I'm done having kids, I'd have a mommy. What do they call it? Mommy makeover.
Okay.
Good, thanks in here.
Good. I was told that you would send like a poster with the wrong spelling of the name. Like,
Yes, I'm the man responsible.
no, I'm not the man responsible. But I'm the man responsible just to change it. Yes. Changed. I can send you like a date
Please, can you airdrop me?
Okay.
What's happened that they spelled my name wrong?
So the production person actually just was a typo. Sort of like a E, put an O there.
I nearly made a turn. I have a shitload on my plate at the moment, and projects and a son and
A lot of deadlines.
you can't stop in this industry. One job ends, you gotta move on to another. Like even the thing we're promoting today was shot 7 months ago.
So like the editing was done like recently. What's the case?
Yeah, like over a period. Also, it's a complicated show because there's like legal stuff to it. So I think they had to make sure. It's my airdrop is open now.
Okay.
Should I just be a donkey and pronounce it as, guys, I'm drinking kafir for breakfast? Must I be wretched? Is it wild that I want to take my face off as soon as we're done? Majority of my content is actually makeup free, which is wild. My new thing is shooting a video first thing in the morning when I look homeless. Because in those morning times I have like gathered thoughts that I share. But if I think about the fact that if I do want to take a nap in the presenter's room, you don't want to be taking a nap with the face on. Yo, guys. Because the moment it's smeared, you look worse than if you had no makeup. Girl, who this?
It's the most invasive thing other than the gynae.
I don't mind this part. It's just that my eyes are doing whatever they're doing from you because I'm tired. What liner is that? It's so nice and soft.
It's the best. It's the one from Essence, the long lasting. Just rose.
Good thing I did the thing before.
Yeah.
Something on my nail is hooking. Too far. My nails are growing so quickly, I think it might be time to cut them.
It's just so nice and easy.
Thank you, girl. In 10 minutes. So I'm quickly getting into my wardrobe and stuff. And then, we're doing this. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a good interview. And we're going to kill it. Good on you.
Thanks. Just getting felt up here in the morning.
Listen, no foreplay, no consent, nothing.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, I just think this we need to just loosen a little bit.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh.
Everybody note I'm going to be live on TikTok from now in case you want to say some shady shit.
Oh man.
I think it's rude to not tell people you're live.
It's important that you know.
Now you want to bitch about your boss and you're like,
Hi, Chiz.
okay, I'm walking into it. Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah. Welcome back to the morning show right here on ETV. Now, after 2 decades of shaping conversations in South Africa's media landscape, Relebogile Mabotja returns to television with Untight, a bold new Showmax original that dives deep into the untold emotional aftermath of divorce. As both host and associate producer, Relebogile creates space for raw honesty, healing, and radical empathy. Now, this morning she joins us to unpack why Untied is more than a show, it's a necessary reckoning for women everywhere. Relebogile, welcome to the morning show.
Thank you so much. And I love the fact that you use the word unpack.
Yeah.
Because that's also, there's the art in the art. You feel like
And I firstly love that you are the person that is the one that is mediating or the one that is running these conversations, right? Because you've managed to have multiple stories told from people of different walks of life. We've seen you on Unpacked with the book, Philima Bocha, right? You've got your podcast now. We were also just finding out about some of our favorite entertainers as well. But this one is a little different, right? You're telling the stories of women that, were hurt through divorce, their marriages, and it was like public in a sense, right? To tell these stories is not easy. And a lot of the time, you walk in with a certain perception and walk out with a different one. What was that like for you?
So for starters, I would say I don't tell the story. I just facilitate and create a space for the woman to tell these stories. Walking in, and this is just something that I had to make a decision on before I started doing Unpacked, is not to be overly prepared, which, for us as TV hosts, it's such a contradiction.
Yeah.
But the reason I felt that it was important not to be overly prepared is because the human nature of us automatically have certain judgments about people. Now, when I was doing Unpacked, where I was very clear about what I wanted to do, which was speak to everyday people, I walked into the conversation with a basic overview and then got the opportunity to get to know this person without judgment. Which means even if a person had done something that you consider insane, like killing another person, you can't judge them because they are not just that. So I walked in with the same attitude in these conversations, which is, yes, the headlines are one thing, but if you want to actually get the most out of a person, it's come in with a blank canvas and say, pay it and tell me who you are. Even though we're quite bold and liberal with speaking up, it's still very much holding us to our identities and values being attached to your marital status. So many of them carry a certain amount of shame and guilt for the choices that they made. They carry a lot of shame and guilt for having allowed certain things to happen. But beyond that, there is so much hope in the story and in the stories shared, because these women have overcome some of the wildest things that are like, what? And they've also done some of the wildest things where I was like, you did what? So I think what I walked out with is understanding that the human experience is a lot more deep, wide, long than we believe in terms of what people are capable of doing, but also what they're capable of growing from and healing from.
Yeah. Now, with a show like Untied, right? You're dealing with high-profile people that face public humiliation, for lack of a better word, right? And in helping them tell their stories, there needs to be a safe space for them. How do you create that? Because I can imagine, like you were saying, you try to walk in unprepared and just let the moment carry itself.
But when I ask a question, I'm genuinely asking, did this person have a child outside your marriage? And they'll be like, oh, I thought everybody knew. I'm like, you never told me.
Yes.
What you were saying exactly. So always assume that what you know might not be the truth as well.
Sure. Now you are on Untight as associate producer, right? Talk to us about that role, like what it actually looks like.
So it's a funny story that my production company had pitched for Untight.
Oh,
I had a vision for
it.
it, and we didn't get the gig, which happens.
Yeah.
And then when I got contacted months later, I was like, this is so crazy, because I never even thought of myself in the host role. I've always said the host must be somebody who's also gone through a divorce to be able to relate to the ladies. So when they contacted me, I was like, how's this gonna work? Why would they want to talk to me? And they're like, no, you're the perfect person. So when I later came on board as an associate producer, I think a lot of the ladies felt more comfortable when they knew it was me. Because a lot of them didn't get told prior who the host is, but some of them, I'll be the one like, hey, I know you've been contacted by these people. I know you haven't responded. I'm calling you now. Please come. And when they say, oh my gosh, thank God it's you. Then I was like, okay, this role was meant for me. Yeah. It clearly, like, the universe was like, this is meant for you.
Just by seeing the snippet, right? I think even for people that are maybe still considering the idea of marriage, there's a lot that we are possibly going to take away from that.
I'm also like questioning. Yeah. So it heals me doing the work that I'm doing. It is purposeful, it is intentional, but I am equally in that road of, hey man, let's figure this thing out together.
Yeah. Ah man, thank you so much for your time, and we're definitely looking forward to watching Untied. Listen, from hearting to healing, Untied of course reminds us that there's power in reclaiming your narrative, even when it's messy, even when it hurts. Hold space for stories that matter, and definitely can't wait to watch Untied when it drops on Showmax. Stick around, be back with more right after the break.
I think we need to move. Okay, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah,
I like it. Why are we laughing so hard at divorce? So there's interviews where you like, because you learned along the journey, we need different pictures for different things. Because now we have these headlines and we're like, that's when like we must have the divorce face, which is like the divorce face. We're done with the interview. Guys, please know that time goes so fast in an interview. And if you're wondering if I still get nervous, the answer is yes. I get nervous about everything. From how do I look sitting? How do I sound? Do I look fresh on screen? Am I truly promoting the show well? Like, there's a lot of things that are going on. And also just, so there is that part of the nerves are there, and then you're like, can people see I'm nervous? So you get like paranoid and you have to just breathe on the inside. So yes, I never get used to it when I'm on the other side, as in the one being interviewed. I like to be in control as the producer and the one who's asking the question. So the fact that she's got an earpiece and I can't hear what the director's saying is stressing me out. But I think I'm getting better at it. So it was a good interview. I'm going to get changed and get ready to head over to Prime Media. Oh, and probably grab some breakfast because it's 7:45 now. And I can have a nice early morning and get the day going. But I'm definitely going to change because it's cold. So I'm all done. I am changed. Usually I take my face off and my hair off, but I'm like, this is too cute, this makeup. So I'm keeping it for the day. It's even before 8 o'clock. The studios are in Houghton, so I'm just going to make my way to Prime Media and do some work from there. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Not only do you get to see behind the scenes of my life, you also get to see behind the scenes of my work and what it takes to do all of this. And of course, I've got the podcasts and new things that are going to be dropping soon. Notification bell. And for me, it's time for breakfast and coffee.